Hello everyone! In today's lesson, we will continue to explore present simple. This lesson is from page 25 of your English Plus 1 textbook, Unit 2, Days, Language Focus. Previously in Part 1, we have learned the verb form for affirmative sentences, and today we will proceed to Part 2, Present Simple, Negative. For today's homework, you need to complete tasks 4 and 5. Let's begin today's lesson. Here we have an affirmative sentence. She is my sister. To turn it into a negative sentence, we just have to add not behind the word is. She is not my sister. Let's look at another example. She likes to play badminton. If we want to turn it into negative, can we simply add not into the sentence? She not likes to play badminton. No, I'm afraid we can't. So what should we do? Well, we add does. Does not. She does not like to play badminton. To write negative sentences, we need to use does together with not. Does not. And the short form for does not is doesn't. Other than that, we sometimes use do not, and the short form for do not is don't. Let's have a closer look as we complete these examples from the text on page 24 about the Radford family. Please listen carefully and write.
1.
When he has a break, he doesn't relax.
2.
The younger children don't help.
3.
Sue doesn't watch TV a lot.
4.
The Radfords don't usually go to restaurants.
And now, let's fill in the blanks in rules number 1 to number 3. Number 1. We use after singular subject to make negative sentences. Singular subject means the person or thing we are talking about is only one. Let's check out example number 1 and 3. He, Noel Radford, one person, and Sue, one person. Singular subject. We use doesn't. Please grab your pencil and write doesn't. Rule number 2. We use after I, you, and plural subjects, which means many, more than one, to make negative sentences. Check out example number 2 and 4. The younger children and the Radfords are plural subjects. We use don't. Please grab your pencil and write don't. Rule number 3. In negative sentences, the main verb ends with an S. If you look at the answers, you will notice that all the verbs after doesn't and don't have no S added behind them. Now get your pencil and write never. The main verb never ends with an S. Next, let's fill in this table with what we have learned just now. We use doesn't after singular subject. We use don't after I, you, and plural subject. And remember, the main verb never ends with an S. With this information in mind, let's try answering task 5. Complete the sentences with verbs in brackets. Before we answer, it is wise to highlight the subject for each sentence. Here's how we answer. The subject, my dad, is singular. We use doesn't. The verb given here is go. So your answer will be doesn't go. Try answering number 2 to number 6 by yourself. Here are some clues to help you out. My parents and we are plural subject. What do we use in negative sentences? Don't or doesn't. My sister. one person. It's singular subject. What do we use? Don't or doesn't? What about I and you? Don't forget to add the verbs in brackets. You may now pause the video to answer and resume when you are done. Now let's go through the answers. Number 2. My parents. Plural subject. We use don't. Don't work. Number 3. I. We use don't. Don't like. Number 4. We. Plural subject. We use don't. Don't get up. Number 5. My sister. Singular subject. We use doesn't. Doesn't play. Number 6. You. We use don't. Don't watch. Before we end our lesson, do you still remember this table from the previous video, part 1? You may now add the notes we have learned today beneath it. For I, you, plural subject, we use do or don't. For singular subject, we use does or doesn't. And remember, in negative sentences, no s is added to the verb after don't and doesn't. And that concludes today's lesson. Thanks for watching. Bye!